Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. In the previous episode, we battled the St. Louis Blues. It was definitely a tougher series than I had originally imagined. You know, I did say I had a feeling the series was going to go a little bit different. It happens. My gut feeling was right. I did have a bad feeling, and it didn't go quite as planned. Game number 1, we drop it in OT, and get used to that. We have a lot of overtime games in this series. Half of the games we played went to overtime. Game number 2, we whooped them 5-1. Pretty easy victory. Pettersson with a great performance here. So, every other game, he had a great performance. Game number 1, meh. Game number 2, ding. Game number 3, not a great performance, but we won in OT. Game number 4, great performance. Game number 5, meh. Game number 6, phenomenal performance. He needs to be more consistent. I really like Pettersson. He's been probably the most consistent goaltender we've had since we started this franchise mode. We had Jaden Weeman, who won a few Vezinas here and there, but he was the most inconsistent goalie. Pettersson just needs to get more confidence. He was really good. He was one of the better players and really helped us win that series. Especially in Game 6 when it was 3-1. He really held on there. We went to 3 overtime games. We won one of them. Should have ended earlier in the series, but we win the series either way. Round number 2 is where things get a little more interesting. For the second straight year, if I'm not mistaken, we will be playing the Colorado Avalanche. Oh, this episode's gonna be fun. Before we start the series and check out the Colorado Avalanche, I want to see how Minnesota did in the first round through 6 games. We know Quinn Hughes is leading the team in points, but let's check out the forwards first. Harrison Hadar is quickly becoming my favorite player. You got Anthony Francis and Pietrangelo and Gogolev and Langweeder and Newman and Quinn Hughes. But Harrison Hadar has really come out of left field. He was a second-round pick, 47th overall in the 2030 NHL draft. It's 4 years later, or 3, you know what I mean. He is going to dominate the league for a very long time. He had a great year number 2. He's getting better and better every single year. You know, especially when Anthony Francis starts to dip off. He is 30, so there's definitely an age gap there, 9 years, right? But Harrison Hadar is definitely projected to be the next guy to lead this squad. 9 points through 6 games, no goals, but he's passing the puck like a maniac. 9 points, very impressive. Cale Newman was really impressive that series. 5 goals. No game winners, though, which is kind of weird. No power play goals, too. So he was just a 5-on-5 machine. Langweeder with 7 points. All these guys in the top 3, I'm kind of surprised. Obviously, Anthony Francis and Pietrangelo always lead the way. It's a little weird now since we don't have Kaprizov. I keep forgetting, because Kaprizov was an overtime machine and he would win every game 7 overtime, and that's just what he did. This team's weirder, or better overall. We're heading in a direction, and I really like where we're going. Langweeder was great. Anthony Francis, 6 points in 6 games. He can be better, but he had 5 goals. He scored a lot of goals. 3 power play goals. Special teams were definitely the tipping point in that series. He was pretty good. Needs to be better, though. Sergei Gogolev was really damn good. For the third line, 6 points, plus 2, could be better. 12 penalty minutes. He was a little iffy in that department. But he is a big boy. He is technically a power forward, so I get why he'd take a lot of penalty minutes. Skouin. I'm not even sure how to pronounce his name yet. I know, I'm terrible at pronunciating things, but if you're new to this channel, hi. I'm not really good at English. I have a grade 4 reading level. 3 goals in 4 games. He definitely made a name for himself. 2 game winners for the rookie. definitely a standout there. That's exactly what he needs to do at his age. 22, 79 overall. Don't know how much more he's going to grow, but if he's a consistent player, I'll keep him on this squad. Make a name for yourself. Khudobin. Or Hudobin. I don't know why I always pronounce the K. It's just my brain. That's how it works. 6 games, 4 points. He definitely picked things up there halfway through the series. 4 points in 6 games can be better, but the first line did have a little bit of a rough time. The second line was definitely better. But he's young, 21, 88 overall. He's definitely going to lead this team in the future. Pietrangelo, 4 points, kind of not in the same boat, but he can be better. You know, after our last Stanley Cup, he'd won 3 straight Conn Smythes. He's really started to, not digress, but he started getting slower in the postseason. 17 points last year, 20 games. Not bad, but he's always this beast, and it's hard to expect that out of him every postseason run. It is. It's unrealistic of me. But it's weird seeing him differently. But 4 points in 6 games, he can always do better. McKinnon, and then, so there's a lot of players on this squad without any points. So the bottom 6 took a beating other than Gogolev and Schoon. Habibulin, Bobby Lev, Kreider, McKinnon all had 0 points. So that's a little iffy. So our bottom 6 definitely didn't do much against their bottom 6, which was arguably, it was worse than our bottom 6. But our bottom 6 is newer. McKinnon, Kreider, Bobby Lev, they're all really, really young. Schoon, Gogolev, they're all really, really young, and they were kind of put together on a short notice since we lost Kaprizov. I thought this team would look a lot different heading into the season, but now that he's gone. And I got a great comment from a longtime subscriber. I'll pull it up on my screen, but I won't. I won't ever remember to put it on the screen. There's no way. Hold on. Let me find it. Maybe this one. Maybe that. No. Come on, Owen. I know. Hello, everybody. Okay, where the hell is it? Come on, Owen. Yeah. So it's from Alexei Petran. I don't know why I always do this. I'm terrible at speaking. Alexei Petrangelov. That's, if you don't know, that's literally a guy we have on our squad right now. It says Kaprizov retired to go to play in the KHL again. Clearly he has memories of when he was younger, and I mean, this is what happens with many Russian players. Like Pavel Datsyuk a few years ago when he left Detroit, went over to the KHL to be with his family. Right? So, thought I'd give a little credit there. Definitely in kind of a lot of similarities there to a lot of Russians, but he was young, definitely one of the greatest goal scorers in NHL history. At the end of his career, he's probably Hall of Famer. If he doesn't go over to the KHL, he probably wouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He'd probably have to wait a few years. Let's talk about the defense. And man, oh man, you can take the Norris from him, but you can't take away his pure ability to destroy your team at any given time. Now, the sad thing is here, probably not going to be captain for many years. He's 34. He's still a beauty. His potential is down to a top 4 defenseman, exact, 89 overall. He's going to start taking a dip here very, very soon. It sucks, but it happens. He's old as hell. It just happens. He's up to 1,300 points, I think, on the dot. Yeah, right there. One of the best defensemen of all time. When he retires, he'll be amongst the greats. 10 points in 6 games, he's leading this team, and that's exactly what he does. Just because you took the Norris from him doesn't mean he's going to stop being the best player in the league. 83 points as a 34-year-old. Pretty damn good as a defenseman. It's going to be weird when we see him drop below a point per game, but I hope that time doesn't come anytime soon. His defensive partner, Brant Clark, who just came off of a Norris victory, having a great run. Georges Bissonnette, 4 points in 6 games, -1, so he took a lot of beating there, but I still like him either way. This man, Johan Enlund, who was drafted 27th overall 2 drafts ago, is a machine. This is how you make a name for yourself. Going to the season, we were debating, should we put Brent Perez in? Should it be Johan Enlund? I think I made the right call. He's taken 2 shots during the postseason so far, and he's shooting at 100% with 2 goals, 1 game winner. He's making a name for himself. Harry Parrish, 1 point, +0, could be better. Grossman, 0 points, +2, could be better, but we won the series, right? Goaltending. Now, we talked about Pettersson a lot during the beginning of this episode. 920, so that goes to show how good he has been. And I don't know why I pressed back. Today we're facing the Colorado Avalanche, but I want to see how the first round went. In the Western Conference, Colorado swept the Dallas Stars, so they definitely have an advantage heading into the series. I know fatigue doesn't play a big role in NHL 20, but maybe EA will do something good in the future. We beat St. Louis in 6. The Anaheim Ducks beat San Jose in 5. Winnipeg beats LA again in the first round in 7. Poor LA. In the Eastern Conference, the New York Islanders swept Philadelphia. The Rangers beat Pittsburgh in 5. The Ottawa Senators lost to the Toronto Maple Leafs in 7. And the Detroit Red Wings also lost to the Boston Bruins in 5. So you got a Boston-Toronto round 2. I'm going with my gut here. Boston's totally going to win in 7. 2 New York teams face off in the Western Conference. You never know. But we are the team to beat currently. Today we are facing the Colorado Avalanche. Again, for the second straight year, they were the second best team in the NHL. If we didn't exist, they would be the team to beat. 58, 22, and 2. Sorry, I don't know why I said 6. I don't know. We are the 2 behemoths in the NHL, and Winnipeg and Anaheim going at it in the second round. They are happy that the 2 juggernauts are going after each other in the second round, but it sucks for them because either one of us are facing them. The Colorado Avalanche, what the hell are they looking like? Because we know all about Colorado. Last year, when we fought them in the second round, things went... I can't remember. Did we sweep them? It was a fun series either way. This team we know all about. Joe Leanin, their first line center. Nathan McKinnon retired last year alongside Kaprizov. So this team looks different, but they still look really, really good. That first line is scary. Joe Leanin, I don't know. 93 points. He's good for at least a point per game every single year. 30 goal scorer, 40 goal scorer, puts up assists. He's the main man. 9.6. He's easily making one of the best contracts on this team. And then you have the former first overall pick in Franklin Leach. Now, Colorado has been the most lucky team in this series because now they have Gustav Slychuk, they have Leanin, they have Newhook, Rantanen, Raymond, they had Nathan McKinnon, and then they get a first overall pick because they were bad 1 year. Right. He's coming to the league. 49 points last year, lost out on the Calder because your boy Harrison Hadar won it, and 73 points this season. He's going to be a beast. It's only a matter of time for him. He's already a 92 overall. And their partner, easily the best player on this entire team, Gustav Slychuk. We know all about Gustav. All about Gustav. We've played him multiple times in the postseason. We have felt his wrath on plenty of occasions. This guy is good for 40-plus goals every single year, 100 points most of the time. 1,061 points in his career, one shy of 600 goals. He is a machine. And going to the postseason, this guy is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Second line, you have Lucas Raymond. If you don't know about the whole Lucas Raymond saga in Minnesota, we drafted him, I want to say 6 overall, right there. 6 overall, we had him for a few years, wasn't really turning into anything special. We transitioned to the center, and he really didn't turn out anything special. Our team was becoming too good too quickly. We traded him to Detroit. He was on Detroit for a very long time. Good 70-point player for a few years there. Never really turning into anything special. He heads over to Colorado. Has been a really damn good player for them. Consistent 20-goal scorer for them. His wingers, you got Mikko Rantanen, who is the oldest player on this team, it seems. 87 overall. 37 years of age. Has he had a good career? Probably a 1,000-point player at this point. 1,200 points with Nathan MacKinnon the majority of his career. Definitely this team's captain. Then you got Alex Newhook, who I consistently say is one of the most underrated NHL prospects today. Putting up points and points all over the place. 1,200 points. You have plenty of future Hall of Famers on this squad. Probably at the end of Leach's career, he'll be a Hall of Famer. Raymond, probably not. Rantanen, Lehnen, Slychuk, Newhook. Doesn't get any easier for us. The third line, you have Brett Harrison. No idea who this guy is. You got Eli Tolvanen, 35 years of age. And then you got Michael Thalberger, former Minnesota Wild. He was actually pretty good for us when we had him. He's been all over the place. Was with Iowa for a very long time. Had one season with us. Wasn't too shabby. Went over to Bridgeport. That's the Islanders. And then he was with the Islanders for 2 seasons. Toronto, Columbus, Colorado. So he's been all over the place in his career. Maybe he's found his place. Fourth line, Alexander Texier. Big Texas. If you have no idea why I say Big Texas, because we had a Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode, and he was a beauty, and I love him to death. His wingers, you got Carl Grundstrom, and then Brady Turris. We know all about this team. No more Nathan MacKinnon, but they are as strong as they were last year. Defense. Oh, yeah, it doesn't get any easier for us there. Cale Makar, who is always the runner-up for the Norris. He's had a really damn good career. 1,000 points just behind Quinn Hughes. They've both been really damn good in their career. Definitely their cornerstone. Then you have a young PP, Pierre Parise. Okay, what a name. You got it. You got your tandem right there. Then you got Bowman Byram, Axel Anderson, Rasmus Anderson, and then Henrik Backstrom. That top 4 is not too bad, but after that, it's kind of middle of the road guys. But honestly, all this team needs is good offense, solid goaltending, and maybe 1 or 2 good defensemen, and they're a Stanley Cup contender. They won 58 games, for the love of God. Always comes down to goaltending, doesn't it? Their starting goaltender is Marek Kolnick, who I debated signing in free agency. We could have gotten him, but our tandem right now is pretty solid. I didn't want him competing for the starting spot. He won the most games in the NHL this season with 49, 907. He's probably in the final 3 for voting for a Vezina. Really damn good starting goaltender. Just coming over to Colorado. Was with Chicago for a bit. Never amounted to anything super special, and now he's here in Colorado. Obviously, their backup is Morgan Mitchell. Scratch players, who do they have? Braden Point, a 38-year-old Braden Point. Yes, Braden Point. Wow, he's not retired yet. 1,200 points, easily Hall of Famer. Was with St. Louis? I can't even recall him being with St. Louis. Huh, funny. You got Max Jones and Nolan Foote. So they have really awesome scratch players. Healthy scratch guys who can slot in really anywhere on this squad. I won't lie, this is going to be a tough series. Game number 1, home ice. Let's see how this team steps up or falters. We need everybody to go. Get on the same page. First period. 2-1. Cale Newman with 2 straight goals. This guy has been money the entire postseason. And then Gustav Slychuk scores with 14 seconds left. I'm not going to blame Pettersson there. I know our goaltenders have voodoo with letting in late period goals all the time. But it's Gustav Slychuk right in front of you. I'm not going to blame you too much. Shots are in our favor, 13-9. 1-goal game, second period. 3-3. Lehnen ties it, Harry Parrish takes the lead, and Lucas Raymond ties it on the power play. Since when does this dude score goals? Really explosive end of the second period. It is a tie game. Rough period there for Pettersson. They only have 18 shots. 26 shots to 18 in our favor. Let's go, Minnesota. Come on, Minnesota. Here we go. Can somebody step up for us? Quinn, gosh darn Hughes. We give him all the credit in the world. Big goal for us. Power play, can't capitalize. 1-goal lead late in the third period in game number 1. Will we send the fans home happy? Oh, yes we do. Minnesota with a big game 1 victory. A shaky second period, but Quinn Hughes gets the game-winning goal. That is what a captain does. Leading this team, damn it. Leading this team. Game number 2, home ice. Let's see how it goes. Come on, Minnesota. First period. 1-1. Lehnen has been a beast so far in this postseason. Or in this round. I feel like I've seen his name all the time. Cal Newman ties the game. His 3rd goal in 2 games. Shots are in a favor, 15-9. Second period. 3-3 again after 40 minutes. Gogolev. Eli Tolvanen. Gogolev again. Strong period from him. And Gustav Slychuk shows up. Shots are pretty even. Third period again. A 3-3 game. 1 goal will probably win it for either team. 15 minutes left. Cale Newman completes the hat trick. No, that's his 2nd goal of the evening. I lied. Cale Makar ties the game. It's 4-4, 10 minutes remaining. Close one yet again. I don't like a close game. I don't. I do not like these. 2 minutes left. We get a late one. No, we won't. You know the rules. If you don't know the rules, we don't jump into overtime if it's not an elimination game or the Stanley Cup Finals. Did I say that right? We don't jump in unless it's an elimination game or the Stanley Cup Finals. There we go. I said it right? Overtime, we have the shots on our favor, and we get it done. Sergei Gogolev with a strong period and an even better overtime frame. Give him the first star. Sergei Gogolev, best third liner in the NHL, gets it done. Big game from him. Easily takes home the first star. Another 1-goal win. 2-0 in our favor, heading to the Mile High City, or is it the Mile High State? Colorado. Weed is legal there. So, Pepsi Center, game number 3 underway. This series can go a lot of ways from this point on. Let's see if history is on our side. First period. 1-0. Early goal from Lehnen. He's been on the board so much. Shots are in their favor by double, 14-7. Second period. Yes! That is how you do it, Minnesota. A strong second period. You hold them to 1 goal. Louis Langwood with a power play goal. Francis gets on the board. Hudobin. Big goal from the sophomore. Shots are pretty even, 23-21. Third period, we have a 2-goal lead. Haven't had one of these in a while. Power play for Colorado early. They can't capitalize. That is a big letdown for them. Another power play, and we kill it again. Their power play is getting demolished here. 3-1 Minnesota late. They're running out of time to make this a game. Cale Newman with another goal. It's 4-1. 5-1. Quinn Hughes gets on the board. Obviously, he had to. Big victory there for the Minnesota Wild. First star, Pettersson. I don't want to jinx this, but a great game from you. 15 points for Cale Newman, and he has been the all-star so far. 3-0 Minnesota in the series. Coming off of 3 very big victories. This series could be a lot different considering the first 2 games were by 1 goal. But luck is on our side right now. Game number 4, we can end this in Colorado, party there for a bit, and head back for the Western Conference Finals. Oh my, what the hell was that? First period. What was that? I thought I pressed pause. We get 3 quick goals. Gogolev, Pietrangelo, Francis. They get 2 back. Langweeder. And then Rantanen again. That was one of the craziest first periods I've ever seen. Swear to God. What was that? What was that, Pettersson, man? Hold it down. Shots are 15-12. What is this? Second period. It's still a 1-goal game. Cale Newman gets on the board, making it a 2-goal game. Harrison, their third-line center, cuts the lead in half. Shots, not even a lot considering the amount of goals we have. 25-20. Third period, a chance to head back to the Western Conference Finals. Eli Tolvanen ties it early. 5-5 in third period. Sergei Gogolev coming off of a Hattie. No, wait, the Hattie was 2 games ago. 6-5 Gogolev on the power play. 7 minutes. 6 minutes, Texier ties it for Colorado. Will we get extra time in this game? 3 minutes. And Harrison with the 7-6 goal. Oh, that is a demoralizer. Demoralizer? No, that's a word, right? 7-6. Pettersson with by far his worst game yet. Their goaltender didn't do much better. You score 6 goals. They did you a favor. 6 goals on the evening. You should win that game 10 times out of 10. I don't know why I pressed play game. I don't know why. There's no pep talk going into this game. You finished out this series. Game number 5. First period. 1-0. Cale Newman, again, he scores all the goals. Stepping the hell up. 15-10 in our favor. Second period. Pettersson, for the love of God, man. Can you have one good game this round? But he won 5-1. Hold off. Can you hold a lead for once in your... Please don't let them come back in this series. Third period, we have the shots in our favor, but I guess that doesn't matter at this point. It's 2-2 Minnesota. Georges Bissonnette, the blue liner, shows up early. 3-2 Minnesota. Come on, Minnesota. Can we get 1 or 2 or 3 more? I don't care at this point. I mean, I care, but I just want to win this game. Power play for Colorado. Killing it off. That is huge. Special teams coming up clutch force. 2 minutes left. 1 minute. And the Minnesota Wild with an empty netter. Cale Newman ends this series 4-2 victory in game number 5. You say it was only a 5-game series. But in my eyes, if they won that one, it was not going to be fun at all. We had to end it early. I didn't trust this team going down to the wire. And we win game number 5 to head to the Western Conference Finals. The question is, who will we be facing? The Anaheim Ducks or the Winnipeg Jets? I'm very, very intrigued at this point in time. Who is it going to be? We will be facing the Anaheim Ducks. It has been a very long time since we've met them in the postseason. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.